Okay, in activity 2, we're going to be creating a table that is showing us the comparison of the figure versus the area of the figure. So up above it tells us we're going to create a table to show the pattern for the area where the input is the figure number. So we have our table, and we have X's and Y's, so our input. And this is going to be our figure number. And then we're going to have our output. And that is going to be our area. Okay, so when we look at each of these figures, figure 1, so that's our input. And our output is, well, we have 1 for an area. And the next one, figure 2. So figure 2, well, the area of figure 2 was 3. Figure 3 has an area of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lastly, we have figure 4 that has an area of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now when we go through to make or figure out our function, on this one, we're going to go ahead and just discuss how a function can actually be graphed. Okay, erase my stuff that's back there. So if we go through and we graph this function, well, we're going to go over to 1, up to 1, over to 1, up to 1, put our dot, over to 2, up to 3, over to 2, up to 3, over to 3, up to 5, over to 3, up to 5, and over to 4, up to 7. Okay, so we can go through and actually write our equation, and we've done this before. So if I were to continue my pattern, it looks like my slope is a rise of 2 over 1. So I'm going to continue that backwards. So I'm going to drop 2 and go over 1. So that's going to put my dot, my next point right there. So now I'm going to write my equation off of that. So my function is the same as a y-intercept equation. Also, it's just that we don't always use y and x. Sometimes we have to use different letters. So I'm going to write it as a y-intercept equation. Well, y equals, and this is based off of what I already know, my slope was a rise of 2 over 1, so 2x, and then it crossed the y line at -1. Okay, so what that is telling us is really our area. So instead of y, we really found out that our area equals 2 times x, which was our figure number, minus 1. Okay, if I were to take and substitute any of these numbers in place of x, so we'll just test one out. If I did 2 times 3 minus 1, it should give me the same answer as what I have over here for 5. So 2 times 3 is 6, minus 1 does give me 5. So this is our function for this situation. It's the same as writing a y-intercept equation. It's just that instead of y, we substituted in a because we were talking about area.